In November of 2023, the Swell Pod took a 10-day journey across 5 states, traveling 3,580 miles with one challenge in mind.
And that challenge was to interview 100 pleasantly rebellious humans to uncover deep truths about what it takes to create something that has never existed before, challenge the status quo, maybe even change the world.
This is the Kiln Road Trip, created and produced by the Swell Pod.
In partnership with Kiln, Moterra Camper Vans, and sponsored by Taurus.
I'm Spencer McKeown.
And I'm Josh Taylor, and together we're the co-hosts of the Swell Pod and your guides on the Kiln Road Trip. Follow along on the journey.
Be sure to subscribe to the podcast, follow the Swell Pod on social media, and subscribe to your YouTube channel at, you guessed it, the Swell Pod.
This is interview 9 of the Kiln Road Trip, and today we're at Kiln Park City talking with Zach Olson. Zach is the founder and CEO of Treads, an AI-powered car maintenance subscription. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoy today's episode.
I'm Zach Olson, founder, CEO of Treads. My background, I'm more of a serial entrepreneur. I've started a handful of companies. As we were talking a little bit earlier, first business was a skate shop. Started off selling skateboards and clothes and all of that, and then kind of transitioned over to the tech world. So my most previous company was an accounting technology startup called Bookly. Started that in 2013. We got acquired in 2018 by KPMG, so a big four accounting shop. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CPA. I'm just I love technology and disrupting super old industries, and then launched Treads. So now we're in the auto space. So we've gone from skateboarding to accounting to tires.
Hang on a second. How did you get into technology? Like, what was it? What was the moment where you go, oh, actually?
Yeah, I think it was, probably sitting at the skate shop, and then just started noticing like all of these cloud-based technologies starting to take off. This was like 2008, 2009. Yeah. And then I just got infatuated. I was just like, oh my gosh, like everything in our life is about to change because of technology. How can I be part of that? How can I do something meaningful? So that's maybe kind of the romantic version of it.
You didn't want to miss out on the opportunity of making a difference, and also, that's amazing. Anything else about you that we need to know? Your childhood, your interest, your passion.
Something maybe that most people don't know about.
Yeah, most people don't know. Well, let's see. So I still skateboard at 41. Nice. I have a mini ramp in my garage.
Awesome.
So that's something that most people don't see because they don't see my garage.
Yeah, so. There we go. We have one of those skateboards actually, I think, out in the van from that company, Backcountry Swell.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you can,
we'll check it out.
Take a run on it.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Treads. What is it? Value proposition. Kind of just give us a rundown. Yeah.
Yeah. So Treads, kind of big picture pulling out. We are an AI-powered car maintenance subscription. But to simplify that, basically, we're a mobile app. You download it, you connect your car by plugging in your license plate. It gives us everything we need to know about the vehicle. And then we have multiple subscription plans to choose from your tires to alignments, oil changes, wiper blades. We even do auto insurance. So it's leveraging technology to simplify car ownership and like really make it enjoyable. So that's kind of high level.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And when did you start Treads? Like when would you say you officially started?
So we launched to the market in it was basically the end of May of 2021. So kind of in the middle of the pandemic, we launched our first market.
Yeah.
So it was interesting.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And so you mentioned that your last company, you were acquired in 2018, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how long from 2018 to, ultimately in between that and 2021, was it like, this is the idea, this is where we're going?
Yeah. And how did you get the idea?
Yeah.
It's such a random thing because I'm not like a car enthusiast, right? Like I'm not a mechanic, but I'm a consumer. And I think like subconsciously I've been building this company. Like every time I've had to take my car to the shop, swap out tires on my wife's car, sit in a waiting room, all of these experiences that are painful for a consumer, I think they've just been building up. And then during the pandemic, there was all of these rapid shifts in like the auto space where, companies were having to like change how they were delivering services to survive. So like mobile servicing really became popular and that trend has stayed strong. And then even car manufacturers were starting to do subscriptions like Volvo and Ford and a handful of others. Even Porsche has a car subscription. So I think it was just kind of backing into all of these stars aligning where I was like, now's the perfect opportunity. I think consumers are ready for a car maintenance subscription, but more importantly, powered by technology. They're ready to adopt that. So that was kind of all these weird events leading up to like having Treads come together. So,
yeah, that's interesting. What would be maybe one of the bigger challenges that you're facing right now that you're trying to tackle?
Gosh, so I think when it comes to like car maintenance, it really boils down to there's a lot of other like factors that start coming into this, like economic factors, right? Like the crunch that consumers are starting to experience with interest rates. Consumers are owning their cars for a lot longer, like 13 years is the average. So the challenge, I think, is just really putting out a solution for consumers that just makes sense financially, from a convenience standpoint. But it's getting the technology right where it totally is a no-brainer. And that's what we've been working on for the last several years.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So what I was going to say, where is it in the kind of market and what's the roadmap look like? And where do you see it going?
Yeah, growth is exciting to talk about. So again, we launched in May of 21, and our first market was Phoenix. Today, fast forwarding, we're in 21 cities. By the end of this year, we'll be in 32. Long, roadmap, kind of looking at the picture of growth. We'll be in, there's easily 100 major cities that Treads will be available in over the next several years.
And what else do you see for Treads, like other than the growth from what you already offer? Do you see other features that you want to get to, or you can talk about those things?
Yeah, no, this is super exciting. What we're building and what we're making available, because the technology that we're rolling out historically has only been available to like commercial applications. So like a big tire chain, or like a giant fleet of vehicles. And, one of the coolest things we just rolled out was tread scanning. So you can now take your phone, open up the Treads app, scan your tire with the camera on your phone, and it will tell you basically the tread depth, how much life is left on the tires that you have on your car. So that's one thing. We're getting into like a lot of other cool things with like predictive maintenance, leveraging AI to basically let consumers know what they need before they know they need it or before their car breaks down, and then they're in a jam. So
making that experience effortless, really.
Yeah.
A lot of pain points, as you said earlier, around used cars. It's super challenging. Just remind me then how, like, their experience, then they're using it, it's predicting, it's helping remind them when things need to be done. They pay a subscription.
Yeah.
And for that, their lives are easier. They maybe save money. How do they save money?
Yeah. So when you think about right now, today, if you needed a brand new set of tires, you'd go to a tire shop, and then you're forking out however much money you want to spend on tires, whether that's $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 up front. And then the amount of time that it takes you as a consumer to do price matching and shopping around and then sitting in a waiting room. With a Treads subscription, again, download the app, connect your car. You have 4 different tiers to choose from. So it's $30, $40, $60, or $80 a month. Services are all the same. It's just how nice of a tire do you want to choose from in each plan. So you pick that. We have a network of mobile tire installers. So once you pick your tire, you schedule your appointment. The tires are delivered to your house by the installer, and they put them on in your driveway.
Okay, now we're talking.
Yes.
Like it is a headache, all of that. Absolutely. It stays on the list to jobs to be done from your spouse or your partner. But like, you need to do the...
Yeah.
Sorry. But you're saying, so the mobility, the AI, that they just bring it all together for the best experience possible.
And then after the fact, the mobile app actually tracks the wear and tear. So we're tracking all the mileage you're putting on the tires. You're able to scan the tread depth. We're taking all these data points, and then the app is sending you a push notification saying, look, it's time for a rotation. Click here to schedule that now. Or it looks like your tires are about worn out. Let's get a new set on your car. So,
and it prompts you to take a photo of the odometer if it's not, a car with a lot of digital connectivity.
Yeah. If you don't have digital connectivity, or if it's not a smart car, you just plug in the mileage. If it's a smart car, you actually can connect the OEM mobile app, like a Ford or whatever the car is. You can use your same credentials to log into your car app, connect it to the Treads app, and the odometer data, everything is seamless. So the telematics is really awesome.
Wow, fantastic.
Cool. And are you based out of Kiln? Do you work?
We do have an office here. We've used the Park City Kiln as our headquarters. We're a fully remote company.
Yeah.
So we have team members from LA to Florida, and even in Bentonville, Arkansas. But Kiln Park City has been our home.
Before we get into the rest of the episode, we want to thank the partners and sponsors who made the Kiln Road Trip possible. The Kiln Road Trip is brought to you by Kiln. Kiln is a boutique co-working and flex office community with 13 locations in 6 states across the West, dedicated to providing innovative workspaces that empower your team to thrive. Whether you're a solo visionary or an enterprise-level team of up to 100, Kiln transcends being merely a place to work. It's a hub for learning and connecting with like-minded professionals that will make you and your team love where you work.
And if you haven't stepped foot inside a kiln yet, you really need to. On this road trip, we visited every single location, and trust us when we say once you see these beautifully designed spaces, meet the talented team, and connect with fellow members, you won't want to work anywhere else.
Locations include Utah, Colorado, Idaho, Oregon, California, and Arizona. And they're growing too, with multiple locations set to open in 2024.
Yeah, so be sure to check out the Kiln locations nearest you by booking a tour at Kiln.com and answer Swell in the question, how did you hear about us? Once you complete the tour, you'll be entered into a competition where you could win a 1-year membership, their club membership at Kiln.
Yep, you heard that. That's Kiln.com, book a tour, and be sure to mention Swell in the question, how did you hear about us?
The Kiln Road Trip is also brought to you by Moterra Camper Vans, a luxury camper van rental company for iconic road trips. Their top-of-the-line vans are available at 7 locations located near America's best outdoor adventure destinations. They have consistently earned the highest customer ratings in the industry, making Moterra camper vans your gateway to adventure without sacrificing on comfort or service.
That's true, and initially we wanted to take this journey in a 1960s VW bus, but thankfully we found Moterra instead. With 3 van options, we took the Pop Top Classic, which sleeps 4 and is best for those who want to maximize floor space and storage. This was critical for us because it needed to sleep the entire crew, we needed space to edit, and we were traveling with large amounts of equipment, luggage, and other goodies that we picked up along the way.
And this van took us through all 3,580 miles of the trip. Super comfortable and sweet to drive.
And actually, Moterra offers fully planned itineraries if you'd rather leave the planning to someone else.
Visit gomoterra.com/swell. That's gomoterra.com/swell.
This episode is also brought to you by Taurus. Taurus is leading the charge in home energy storage. Taurus makes it easy to achieve energy independence and a greener tomorrow. The Taurus station provides everything you need to generate clean power, efficiently store electricity, and easily manage your energy use.
And installing a Taurus station offers plenty of benefits, including save money on your electricity bill,
also ensure energy security with backup power during outages,
reduce carbon emissions with renewables.
You can also automate EV charging and HVAC systems with 100% renewables.
And enjoy unrivaled system monitoring and support.
If you like the sound of those benefits, get a quote to build your Taurus station in less than 30 seconds. Super easy at taurus.co. That's TORUS.co. Now, let's get back to the episode.
Awesome. What is that? How has that helped? And why have you used? Why have you used Kiln?
Yeah, I mean, my last company, we were very traditional. This is pre-pandemic, right? Like we had an office, huge office, big lease. And it was okay at the time, but I think post-pandemic, there's been a paradigm shift of how you can build companies. So Kiln has been foundational of, allowing us to be remote first, but have that like confidence that we actually do have a home base for board meetings, team meetings, and those kind of get-togethers where you need a gathering spot.
Yeah.
So
it brings that kind of your teams together as a stronger kind of unit.
Exactly.
Well, I know we're wrapping up, but I was going to ask about just your advice or
we have a question.
Yeah.
That, this whole podcast is about is, what does it take to take an idea and create a movement, create something that's never existed before, and we like to hear the different answers from everybody, so in your opinion, what do you think that takes? And, any advice that you could give to other people who are also innovating, disrupting, creating? That's
a big question, right? Like there's a lot of probably advice that will come from a lot of people on that. But, for me personally, I think it's having a passion. Like, I don't think the problem really matters. You could apply this to any industry, any application. But I think at the end of the day, it's having a love for what you do. For me personally, it's solving problems that nobody has solved before, through creative lenses, and technology is a big one for me. But you kind of have to keep that balanced out with there's ups, downs, in betweens. It's enjoying the highs, it's appreciating the lows, but I think more importantly it's like trying to keep level set on your journey of building a company. So I don't know.
That's great. I really like that.
I like it. How do you appreciate the lows? What practically?
You
tell yourself that, right on the mirror.
You have to like mentally every day know that there's going to be lows, and nobody's going to appreciate a low when you're in a low, but you'll appreciate it when you're out of it. So it's keeping that maybe in perspective.
Yeah. No, I like that. This has been great. What I like about it is you're very relaxed about it. It says like you're kind of like really chill. I can definitely picture you in the skate shop and on a skateboard. What I wouldn't have expected is actually. So I'm kind of interested to know if your leadership style. What is your leadership style?
Man.
And is it just like it seems like it's like on the vision and just letting people? I don't know. I'm giving you answers now, but like autonomy and like what is your
totally. Yeah.
What's your role? I know you're the founder. What is your role there and what's your style?
As a founder, you're everything. and it never turns off, right? Like you're the janitor and, visionary, keep filling in the blank, I guess. But, it is about like autonomy, like believing in your team, and letting them do their thing, and I think you have to help them cultivate their passion for what they're doing, the role they play in the company. But yeah, I'd say, overall, I'm probably described as a pretty chill person, but I'm very passionate, very hungry for what we do each and every day. Driven.
You want that. You're trying to get to that mission. That's great.
Yeah.
Anything else, Josh?
No, that was great. Really
this is great. Yeah. And I guess they can download the app if they want to reach out.
Yeah. Download the Treads app.
Using it. I think we'll have to download that tonight for us.
Heck yeah.
Makes life easier.
Right on.
That's great.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the Kiln Road Trip. Be sure to follow along on the rest of the journey, and you can do that in 2 ways. 1, subscribe to the podcast, whether you're listening on Apple, Spotify, or maybe even watching on YouTube, and follow along on all of our social media platforms, whether you're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or TikTok, @the Swell Pod. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next episode.